To the zone with RGB Mike. Anthony's here too, let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run, Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth, we ain't afraid to fight. Flat Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, flashing crooked smiles. I won't tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. RGB and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies.
Let's go back at it with another episode of Conspiracy Chaos. My name is RGB. Joining me as always, I got my co-host Florida Mike in Area 51. Anthony, what's up, boys?
What's down, boys? When you up, I'm
my conspiracy maniacs. What's going on, my people?
The Chaos Crew, man. That's what I've been calling us lately, the Chaos Crew. When I post up the live, the Chaos Crew will be live tonight, yada, yada, yada. But now, boys, we're back at it. Another live episode here on the YouTube. Make sure everybody likes, subscribes, shares on Apple and Spotify. Leave a review for sure. Please, we'd appreciate that. It'll help us with the algorithms and all that shit. As you know, in the conspiracy world, it is tough to get some recognition in that nature because of the shadow banning and everything else. So any help we can get is much appreciated. But boys, what's been going on? Anything big in the conspiracy world besides the Pope dying and his whole funeral being a satanic ritual? Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was just trying to think of anything. I mean, we had proper cloud seeding today. I mean, we've been on a drought down here in Florida, and things have been catching on fire. And some unannounced rain dropped us an inch in an area that were on fire. And to put it out, and it got an inch. It got saturated. We've had some hot days down here, and they have been spraying pretty heavy.
Don't that make you think, though, Mike, when something like that happens? Okay, so the fire got put out. Why didn't they do that in Lahaina? Why didn't they do that in California? Why didn't they control these things? Oh, because they wanted those to happen. They would actually, this fire in Florida was probably an accident. Someone probably threw a cig out or smoking a doob and threw it out the window or whatever the case may be, or someone just being stupid and cooking out in the yard and ash caught something, whatever the case may be. And they're like, oh, we can't have that. We're not looking to put a smart city up there. We're waiting for something down here in this territory. That's all it is.
Exactly. And it's, and we've been on a drought, and that's like, honestly, all I've been thinking about the month we haven't had any rain.
Yeah.
It's like, it's on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, what's the next? Are we going to have some crazy wildfires? Because, we have a lot of national forests down here and stuff. And thankfully we haven't, but the grass is crispy, boys. Like, you walking on it and you can hear it crunching. So I'm glad we got the inch. I'm glad it was used properly.
Yep.
You, California, you guys had the patent and the vote to have cloud seeding years prior to what happened, and you didn't use it. Had a drought, had fires, didn't use it.
That's why, huh?
Crazy.
Didn't Dubai accidentally flood their
Yes, they did. Yes, they did by 2 feet or something like that.
Well, because they do it once a year. It's something they do once a year. It's Abu Dhabi or Dubai over there. One of those places. They make it rain on purpose, and they're not
$20 million or something like that. I heard.
Yeah, one day they cloud seed it and they create rain. And people used to not believe me when I said that, and I'm like, oh, you can Google it. Like, it's not just RGB telling you. Like, go Google it yourself. And people wouldn't be like, oh, that's crazy. Well, how much other crazy shit have I said to you is you think I'm nuts, but you don't look it up yourself, and you just, because what you heard, you go and research it. And there's so many of them. Mike,
I seen at Dubai. I seen at Dubai too. Don't they openly admit to using like CGI like MK Ultra. Like they literally have. I've seen videos. I don't know if it's true, but I've literally seen where they have like whales going through the city.
Oh
Flying
yeah,
through the
yeah,
city.
yeah, yeah. Flying through the
Or they
sky.
have like
and shit.
a 50-foot woman just walking, a hologram just walking through town.
It's all
You
know,
hologram. Yeah. It's all hologram.
Yeah, but like,
It's
That's
crazy.
setting up Project Bluebeam, man.
is it?
That's
Is it?
setting up Project Bluebeam, the spinoff. You know, basically Project Blue Book was to cover up all the alien shit. Now Project Bluebeam is going to be like, oh, here they are. Everybody's
they
going
are.
to team up.
There
That's
Oh my
we
gosh, look what's happening. I
That's what's going
can't
to
believe
happen,
this is
bro.
going on.
Yo, did you guys see
Yeah.
speaking of the Pope dying, did you guys see that there's like a building at the Vatican? I'm not sure the exact building, but they have every Pope from the beginning of time, and there's pictures of them going around, I think in one of the churches, wherever it is. And I believe, I know you guys have seen this somewhere on the conspiracy world. There's only one spot left for the next Pope, supposedly, like, and there's no spots left after that Pope. So all I'm saying is they better pick a young Pope, because
You
I
know,
don't know what that means when that last Pope dies, bro.
well, listen, did you know that both world wars started after the passing of a pope?
Hmm.
Both of them.
What are we about to have?
We're on the brink of it, bro. We're on the
Yeah.
fucking brink of it every single day, dude. It's going to pop off sooner or later. Like with
Oh, and they've been telling us, even the White House officials, Trump, Patel, they're warning us. Like if anybody hit our electrical grid, we would be donezo.
fuck.
Because it's not highly protected. It's very easy to hack.
Mm-hmm.
And they would put us into the dark age. Now, our generation and older would probably survive the longest because shit. I think we didn't have internet. We went camping. We
We
did
find
things.
shit to do. We'll survive.
We survived.
We can
You know
build
what I mean?
forts, you know?
Absolutely. Do whatever we need, whatever's necessary. Now, I would imagine that for the people that have benefited or have been brainwashed to 90% of their time being on their phone or some type of internet VR or anything like that, when that electrical grid goes out,
Scrounge.
I pray for you. And they're going to scrounge and they're going to look for food. And then next thing you know, there's going to be suicides and killings.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
going to be the
mean-
Purge meets Die Hard. Remember the last Die Hard movie?
Yeah.
Like the very last one.
Died with a vengeance.
No,
how
no.
about the Matrix?
Yeah, I still have to watch The Matrix. I can't front. I still haven't seen The Matrix. As crazy as it is, as a conspiracy
have
guys,
it-
I don't watch a lot of movies. I do shit. I don't
Yeah,
sit
for
around.
sure.
a lot.
We
Yeah.
had this conversation before. We're gonna have a Matrix marathon, and then we are going to have a podcast on it, Roger.
All
what
right,
we're
we
gonna
can
do.
do that. We can. I'll do that, bro. I'll set up some time, and I'll sit down and I'll watch the first one. We'll review it, and then we'll watch the second one.
And
I'll
those
do
that don't
that.
know,
I will put the time
that's
in. I'll
the
make that
sequel.
commitment.
Yep.
That's a sequel to the Terminator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also didn't see, but yeah.
And it's already been in motion. Like as soon as, I mean, what now we're talking robots being built. We're talking
The shit we're
robotic.
seeing right now. The shit you're
Yeah.
seeing in reality.
What is that movie? Demolition Man.
Yep, I do remember that one.
Regular people lived underground in underground cities. Like where did those come from? Right? Like that's
Oh,
where.
You
the
know, all the
peons
homeless
live.
in Vegas live underground, right?
Yeah, for sure. And so
Oh.
does Chicago, Lower Wacker Drive. But I mean, it's just be mayhem, and they tell us in movies, and Hollywood is all part of it. CIA, government, Pentagon, Hollywood.
Hollywood MK Ultra, bro. I'd love to do a full episode on MK Ultra. I mean, go into
Yeah.
Manson. You can go into Charles Manson with that. You can go. I think a lot of these school shooters have something to do with MK Ultra.
For sure.
That's a deep one, man. And I like they pretend like they stopped using it in the 70s. They're still using that shit. There's too much control behind it. Like Kanye could even be an MK Ultra. He's going off the fucking rails. He's wearing a black clan suit.
His face just don't look the same, dude.
Yeah. Did you guys see what he said about his cousin?
No.
Oh, what?
Amp.
What did he say? I didn't
Amp.
see.
Bro, don't even pull this up. He said him and his cousin went and looked at dirty magazines together or something. So he's like our age, so that we didn't have Pornhub and shit. You just watched you found a Playboy magazine somewhere. And dude, he was talking about performing fellatio on his cousin until he was 14. Swear to
Yeah.
God, you can look it up, bro. It's
I'm not
on the
gonna.
internet.
No,
I think he tweeted it. He put it up on X, bro. I swear to you.
is
Look
it
at them
just-
all, man. Kanye, Britney, right? Look how crazy they've been
They're all
acting.
fucked up. Yeah,
Oh,
they're all
yeah.
gone, dude.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know
no.
the Pope died. The Pope died from pneumonia, right?
Of course he did. Was he at a Diddy party too?
Oh, you know he was.
That's another
Did you
one,
see
man.
that-
That's gonna all be
you see
coming to
that,
light soon too.
Yeah. Did you see that flat earth, fittest flat earth or whatever his name is, did a Pope comparison with some actor? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
seen that, and it's like spot on, dude. I think that's
Yeah.
actually in our group chat, in our chaos chat.
Dude.
We'll get into some.
Or
chat-
how about
chat roulette.
the new World Economic Forum CEO, the guy took over.
Oh yeah, because
The
Klaus
guy
Schwab
used to run
Schwab
Nestle.
is
Yeah.
retiring.
Yeah, he used to run Nestle.
Klaus Schwab. That's how he talks
Yeah.
like
Repeat that,
that.
please, look.
Fucking momos. But yeah, yo, Mikey, you mentioned that you live when you were talking about the fires and stuff earlier. This is a point I didn't want to forget this because it's something I got into when I've been cooking something up. I'm actually working on kind of a follow up of our last guest, the Adirondack Bigfoot. Do you have any did you ever do any looking into like missing 411 down in Florida or your area?
When we first started doing it, and actually, there was, and I didn't go far into it because I've been super busy, but I did see commonalities in the missing 411 and the smiley face killers. That they're the same areas in Florida. Like there wasn't obviously the most populated areas like Key West, Tampa, Clearwater, Miami, Orlando, but there wasn't like huge blotches like there were other places, like towards you guys and stuff like that. But I am curious, and I will start looking into that soon because I know you've been asking me, and I haven't been putting it off. I just been busy.
No. I was curious just because the fact that when you mention the forest, I actually forget like how much national parks and forests are down there in the Florida because you have a lot of, what do you call it, reservation areas and stuff like that down there too.
Tons of wetlands, tons of like national forests. I'm talking like thick forest.
Well, I
don't
mean,
forget about the Everglades.
well, I was
Yeah,
just
the
gonna say
glades.
when a lot of people go missing, I'm sure the main cause is gators, right? Mike, do they assume a gator?
That's
guy?
probably what they chalk it up as, though.
Yeah, which
They
is
could chalk
silly
it up
because
as that.
the gator doesn't eat everything. They're so dumb. You know, like
Mm.
you gotta do shark or pigs. I wouldn't know, but that's what I heard because they eat everything. Like pigs are scavengers; and they eat garbage and everything.
Right.
But
So
gators, I mean, as many as CSI movies I've watched, I've never seen a gator fully eat a body, but they're dumped out there all the time. I mean, there's that years back, early 90s. You guys remember Value Jet?
No.
we didn't have that shit up here.
Dude, it was quick because it dropped in the Everglades. It crashed in the Everglades, and I think everybody died.
Ugh.
And
That's the last place you want to go down, bro. No, you ain't getting rescued.
yeah, no, unless it's airboats. Like there was hundreds of airboats. But you hope not. Obviously, there's alligators involved and snakes, anacondas.
Right.
We have those.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So yeah, a follow up to our last guest, man. Someone reached out to me and said they had a Bigfoot sighting up in the Adirondacks and this and that. So I talked to him a little bit. I'm going to continue the conversation, try to get a little bit more information to see how legit and everything it is. See if our man Johnny over there, Adirondack Bigfoot, had a chance to speak to this particular person, or even if he can recommend anybody for us who's actually had an experience up there in the Adirondacks. And I think it would be cool for us being local to take a little trip up north and make a day of it.
Well, we're only like 45 minutes from
Whitehall.
Whitehall, yeah.
Yep.
Listen, man, you get into a Bigfoot encounter, you better have some hollow points on you or something.
Yo,
And a diaper.
I said
And
it
don't
on the
let them
podcast.
grab you. That's for sure.
Florida Mike, I said
I'm faster than Farina. I'm faster than Area 51 ants, so I'm good.
You are good. I'd be the one who gets. I mean, I said that on the podcast. I said I want to go out on one of these hunts so bad, but I don't want to really run into him. Like I don't
Right.
want to. I don't really want to run into the guy.
Well,
I
the,
just want
what's
to go on the hunt.
what's cool about him is he goes on investigations, so he goes after the fact, which is a smart move. It's a smart move. You just
Yeah.
don't want to come across his path in case he's lurking back around and it's near like his, the fort they build or whatever.
Like he's got like he's got a camera on him, and he's like investigating like a Bigfoot shoe footprint, and then in the camera behind him is Bigfoot. Like
Mhm.
that would be crazy.
Yeah, he's got some cool shit on his page. He posts up some pictures of like footprints he's found, some of the wood structures that he's seen. And I've been diving in that rabbit hole a little bit at night, just hitting on the YouTube, the Bigfoot things, just especially in the Adirondacks because of the local connection. And there's some pretty cool stories. But I want to lay out, like I said before, I want to lay out the cave system and then put the disappearances right over the top, like they do on like CSI, and see if there's any connection. And then the other thing I want to dive into a little bit with the previous guest we had on with Dr. Ramsey is I want to get a chronological order of all the smiley face things and see if we can align it to like any like music events or anything in particular in that area where like the same type of people or same crowds are being, see if it ties in any way like that.
There was definitely multiple people at that one arena. What was it, Boston?
Yeah, there was a few at the Boston
Yeah, because they were dumped at the
and
same
where do the
water
Bruins play? Ant? The TB
no,
TD Bank?
TB Garden. Yeah, the Garden. Yep.
Yeah, TD Garden.
The Garden.
Okay.
I'm looking up right now.
I just don't know how, like, you have, like, dude, they show, like, go ahead while you're doing that. Why they have, like, all these little tiny murders they show on the news, but they never talk about the smiley face killers.
No.
Ever.
No. It's weird,
Like,
right?
Yeah. Like, that's, like, the biggest known serial killer case open to this date that's active, that would be active, technically, and there's nothing.
Their 30-second pop-up is at the end. It's not your headline the first 30 seconds of to keep you watching. It's the 30-second clip they do at the end. And also in news this evening, John Doe was found in the Hudson River in the shallow water, blah, 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 blah. Fully clothed, was out drinking the night before, blah, 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 blah. It's all the same story, so it just gets passed over at this point.
Yeah, like it's nothing.
There's currently they're talking about a serial killer being in the New England area right now. There's
there's been 10.
Is it 10 now? Yeah, there's been 10 bodies confirmed. Yeah. Yep. They're trying not to say that it's a serial killer, but I mean all the leads are leading up to it pretty much is a serial. It's 3 or more is when they consider it a serial killer.
Definitely something going on in Boston area.
Yeah, the whole New England area is a little wild, man. One was in Springfield, which is not far from us either. About an hour and 20.
I know.
So
I know.
Making our way down south.
So yeah, right. So listen, guys, it's kind of conspiracy. It is conspiracy because it's about a cryptid, basically. Have you guys ever heard of a Wendigo?
Wendigo I've heard of a Wendigo.
So basically, they're like the cryptid. They're like they protect the forest. They're in the trees, and they're and my wife really believes in it, that there's a true protector of the forest, and it's the Wendigo, but it's super creepy. But anyways, we watched a movie, and the other night, I'm not going to ruin the movie for anybody, but it's on Netflix, and it's called The Ritual. Okay, and basically these 4 guys go to Sweden for a hike, and they want a shortcut. And they look at the map and they say, "Oh, look, guys, we could cut through the forest, and we might be able to get there quicker." And that's where they made the mistake. And let's just say Wendigos are fucking scary.
Pull up a picture. You got a picture of one?
I'll find one. Sure.
Yeah,
but
you can find a picture. Yeah, I heard about them on the Hollow Sky. With the Hollow Sky, did an episode on the Wendigo. I did not know about it prior, but it is like very
the noises they make, and like, so there was like basically here we go.
The woods is a scary place, bro. There's so much shit out there. You just don't know what the fuck it is, man.
No,
and you wonder too, like you're walking through and all of a sudden you hear this weird noise, and because it's all quiet, and then you hear something, and then you're all like, turn around, what was that? And you get that eerie feeling. You
That
just want
mental
to live in
paranoia.
fantasy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
paranoia
that's the real
kicks in.
deal.
With
That's the
me,
real
I'd
deal.
rather be smoking a joint, so I'd be even more paranoid.
For real. All right, I'm bringing it up, guys. Here we go. I'll go through a couple of the pictures here. Super creepy.
Yeah, look at that. Similar
Look
to
at that thing.
Dogman. It's
Look at that
also
thing.
Wendigo and Dogman are reported to be. Look at that.
Look at that thing.
Oh my
Imagine seeing
god.
that in the distance. Yeah, you would
No.
at first think that's a tree, though. In the
That's what I'm
dark,
saying.
at
Yep.
night, you would think that's a tree.
Yep. So listen, so like
It also looks like Batman a little bit.
I'll tell you what, dude.
Yeah.
If you want some nightmares, if you want like a good movie to scare yourself, Raj, go watch it with your wife because it's the sounds. You'll hear the sounds when you're going to sleep, and like if like it's windy outside, bro, and like you'll hear the trees going. You're in the woods, and you start hearing the trees and the knocking and shit. You're like, "Fuck, is that a Wendigo?" You're like, "What?" After you watch it, I'm telling you, I had some nightmares, bro. I mean, I'm 43 years old, and it was some scary shit. Especially like with this conspiracy shit now, bro.
No, I
Like,
got you thinking differently, right?
yeah, dude, and
Like, oh shit, that really could be a Bigfoot outside my window. I live
right?
close to the Adirondacks.
No, I mean, seriously, you got me looking out my window at 3 a.m, bro.
I got you looking in the sky, looking. I got you thinking, man. That's good though, man. Now you're thinking differently though. That's the whole point of getting into this, and is thinking outside the box. Like
It's not the point of believing everything. It's the point of just opening your mind and knowing that there's more questions and there's more right questions that should be asked. And dude, it's like we live in a large simulation. You know what I mean?
You can't be afraid to have the conversation. Like that's
For
really
sure.
what it comes down to. Like with Tripoli, he's like, he was mentioning, he's like, no matter what the guest is talking about, I'm always gonna let him come on. I'm always gonna let him talk about what their thoughts are, what they believe in. I'm always open minded.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it I believe, some of it I don't believe, but still, it's just the fact that you got to let the people get their thing out, and the way you're thinking about it, you're opening your mind to shit, man. You got to open your mind to different, like, because there's so much stuff that you say out loud, and you would think it's absolutely crazy, but then you like dive into it, and you're like, holy shit! Like, would you have ever thought, Anthony, that 9/11 could possibly been done by our government?
No, and
You know
now
what I'm
I
saying?
like firmly believe it, bro. Like
That's
firmly.
what I'm saying. Like when we were kids growing up, like that's all we trusted in the government, blah 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 blah. And now people don't trust anybody, and that's why we're fucking at where we're at. It's a shit show.
It really
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's sad. It's sad. It's scary. I mean, Kareem, my boy, used to tell me how that other countries really hate our government, and like I'm like, no,
Right.
they don't. I'm like, everybody loves America, but little do I know now. Like I look back and see how dirty we really are.
Mm-hmm.
So filthy, especially 9/11, dude. Especially 9/11.
9/11's crazy.
It's not
all
just us, though. You know, it's just not us.
Right.
I don't want to say like unfortunately because it's terrible all the way around the board. But at least we're not the only ones. You know, there's others. Like you see this silly, like UK is just agreeing to do cloud seeding or geoengineering, and then you see like people are just getting arrested on the street just because of a Facebook post or a.
Yeah. Thank God we don't have any of that. Ant would have been locked up a long time ago.
Right. This lady was like praying in the street and she got arrested for invading a private outside space or something like that.
Getting 10 years for it or something, or hard labor or something crazy. Like, yeah,
And
we ain't gonna
that's
deal
part
with
of
that shit.
I think honestly it's like part of that Agenda 2030. Where all like the cashless system and follow
I
their
think
orders,
that's-
you get in trouble. Watch what you say, or get in trouble. You don't go to work, I'll block your bank account. You know what I mean? Like everybody will be eating lab meat.
I think that's gonna, the 2030 agenda is gonna get pushed back. That Trump got into office again. I think
Let's
he's
hope so. He's trying.
I think he's messing with the timeline. That's a hope anyway, to say the least.
I just hope it's not smoke and mirrors. I mean, from what you see him doing, it looks like he is trying to stop them by any means necessary. I mean, he's just collapsing everything that they have their hands in.
And I'm sending something to the group. A recent post. I just sent it to the
I just
Instagram.
hope it's not smoke and mirrors for his own agenda. So far, everything looks great.
I'll bring it up. I was just posting the link for the live. But you want me to bring something up, Raj?
Yeah, I just sent it. It's the most recent one I sent to the Chaos chat.
Gotcha, buddy.
Yeah, check this out, dude. So this was I gotta mute my phone quick. It was a CIA document. I'm gonna lose it now. From 1976. In a declassified CIA document from 1976, UFOs turned people into stone. U.S.
Stop.
intelligence obtained a 250-page file on the attack by a UFO in a military unit in Siberia. The file contains not only many documentary photographs and drawings, but also testimonies by actual participants in the event. UFO appeared above a training unit. Soldiers fired missiles at it. It retaliated with a blinding beam of light, instantly petrifying 23 troops. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. KGB report goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. A source of energy that is still unknown instantly changed the structure of the soldiers into a substance whose molecular composition is no different than that of limestone. Bro, what's that make you think about statues, bro?
Right, like gods, like where you see like huge giant statues, like in Greece.
Yeah, bro. Were these homies zapped? After Gorbachev dissolved in 1991, the KGB top secret intelligence administration, a lot of material from that department found their way abroad, to the CIA. So after Gorbachev, the CIA got their hands on it, and boom, that's how we're aware of the documents now. But look at that shit, dude.
It's crazy.
Dude, turn the stones. So like literally all these Statue of Liberty could be a Tartarian fucking UFO zapped it, you know, like anything, bro.
Medusa, motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. All that shit. Some of these statues could be fucking literally zapped by aliens during the fucking was the flood or the mud.
You look funny.
Unbelievable. You guys want to play some? You guys want to play some message roulette here, or what do you guys want to do?
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Pull them up. Let's do a couple minutes of message roulette.
I always
bust out a quick 45 minutes here or so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What's a good one? Oh, should we do this one?
Yeah, do the Pope. Do the Pope.
Since we were just talking about this, this is messed up, man. This is really messed up.
This is in the Vatican, right?
Could this be? Could this be really inverted?
I think it's somewhere else.
Is this just a mistake, guys? Inverted crosses behind.
No, Chelsea Clinton wears that shit all the time too.
I think it's
Chelsea Clinton.
The Pope did it himself all the time, anyway.
Wow. Here we go.
Click that shit. Can't hear nothing, Ant.
What's that?
Can't hear the video.
Anything.
You can't hear it? You can't hear that?
No.
Oh no. I wonder if that we might have a problem.
Well, there's an inverted cross for our listeners. We're looking at a video right now of a upside down cross.
Yeah.
Behind the Pope's coffin. 2 of them. So pretty dark.
I'm hearing Raj, I'm hearing it over my headphones. Totally fine. That's what's weird. So I'm just wondering if it's something, because this is my new setup with the headphones directly into the computer.
We heard the other video though.
You did?
I heard a video earlier that you played. So
all right, that's weird.
Play something else. Let's see what happens.
I'm curious. Okay, I'd hope so.
You know what I learned? I learned something today. That Bezos' grandfather was the one who made DARPA.
Yep. And so allegedly, you know how they hype up Jeff Bezos made Amazon out of his garage and blah 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 blah. Bullshit. His grandfather started DARPA, and then pretty much set him up with the Amazon's the government. Amazon doesn't pay taxes. Why would the government pay taxes on themselves?
I think didn't the CIA give Bezos like $700 million so they could use their stuff so they collect intel on their citizens?
Yeah, dude, it's all one big happy family, dude.
Oh yeah, you ever drive by one of those Amazon warehouses, dude? They are
gigantic. I got one about 5 miles, maybe 10 miles from my house, dude. It's huge.
Insane how big they are.
Let's try this one. Let's try the butterfly. Well, this is our favorite. These guys are awesome.
Butterflies. Yeah. Butterflies. Ninjas are butterflies.
Can you hear it?
No, yeah, we're getting no sound, man. We'll have to figure it out. That's all right. We can keep it rocking here. Don't worry about it. We'll figure out some conspiracy stuff to talk to. I don't know what's going on with the audio. on Area 51 side. It's all good, man. It's all good. Nah, man, but I want to do a couple episodes. I want to line up, do a little bit of research on ourselves to set up. I'd like to do. I know we did the Roswell one, but I'd like to do like an MK Ultra one. I'd like to do a UFO one, like a real deep dive into like particular UFO cases. Like find like Betty Barney Hill.
Yep.
That's a local one to us, Anthony, up in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the 60s, I believe. Can you pull that up?
Yeah. What's it called?
Betty and Barney Hill,
Betty.
UFO. So
Got it.
I want to say this was in the late 60s. They were on their way back from dinner or party or whatever, driving. And then they woke up with time missing. And they had the remembrance of being abducted, and the Greys running tests on them and all this shit. This was up in Maine. It's crazy too because a Rogan episode, he was doing a interviewing a UFC fighter. Here you go.
Yep.
Interviewing a UFC fighter, and at the very end of the podcast, she was like, "Yeah, Betty and Barney Hill were my grandparents," and he's like, "What? That should have been the thing you opened up with. Who cares about fighting? Like we would have talked 3 hours about that because it's an interesting thing. They were the first people to ever come forward and actually say they were abducted.
Here, I'll do a little read for you, Raj.
Yeah, I can't see that well, so yeah.
All right, here we go. Barney and Betty Hill were an American couple who claimed they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state of New Hampshire from September 19th to 20. September 19th to 20th, 1961. The incident came to be called the Hill abduction in the Zeta of the Zeta Reticuli. That's that star again.
Reticuli.
Right?
Yeah, Zeta Reticuli.
I can never pronounce that incident because two UFOologists connected the star map shown to Betty Hill with a Zeta Reticula system. Their story was adapted into the best-selling 1966 book. Okay, they have a book that's pretty cool. So UFO,
I don't think they ever made a movie about them.
They should. A UFO encounter. According to the variety of reports given by the Hills, the alleged UFO sighting happened about 10:30 p.m. September 19th of 1961. The Hills were driving back to Portsmouth from a vacation in Niagara Falls. Just south Lancaster, New Hampshire, Betty claimed to have observed a bright point of light in the sky that moved from below the moon and the planet Jupiter upward to the west of the moon. While Barney navigated U.S. Route 3, Betty reasoned that she's observing a falling star. Only it moved upward because it moved erratically and grew bigger and brighter. Betty urged Barney to stop the car for a closer look, as well as they took the dog for a walk. There's a whole bunch here. I'm not going to.
Dude, that's crazy. So think about it though. When you're driving,
crazy.
you know how shit always looks different when you're driving. Obviously, like because you're changing direction and all that shit and speed. So like she was probably looking out the window like, what the fuck is that? But then when she's seen it go up, she's like, oh, that moved. Like that really, honey, you better pull the fuck over.
And there was no drones back then. So let's be real. There was no drones. So that wasn't happening.
Nope.
Missing time. On November 25th, 1961, the Hills were again interviewed at length by members, this time C.D. Jackson and Robert E. Holman, having read Webb's initial report. One of their main questions was about the length of the trip. Although the Hills had noted that they had arrived home later than anticipated, they did not realize they had arrived home 7 hours after their departure from Colebrook. So what happened in that time frame?
In that time frame, right? Right, and that goes into like, okay, so you got the Travis Walton, the lumberjack there who went missing, Fire in the Sky movie, another good movie you guys should check out. It's a quick, like 90-minute movie.
Quick 90 minutes.
Most movies 2 hours, so you get 90-minute movie, hour and a half, get it done. He also had lost time. And there's another couple disappearances in the Texas area where people reported like lost time was a big thing. So that's always something when they're abducted, that they said it time lapse of some sort.
Yeah,
So-
that's common in movies too, like UFO movies where they're abducted, like they're always coming back, like in the Flight of the Navigator. A couple others. Was it like where he builds the mashed potatoes, Third Encounter or
Yeah,
Counter Con, whatever like that. And they just what time is it? Where? One? But don't they, like, every time you interview somebody who says they've been abducted, it's like they feel like they've been gone for weeks.
Yep. Some of them, yeah. Like the Travis Walton dude was going, felt like he was gone for a while.
Yeah. Like, I wonder if the other dimension slows down, realm, wherever they come from. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it just slows down because time's not real.
Yeah, because I think Betty gave like a big description on like what she remembered and shit, and like remembers like, I don't know, having a test ran on her or something crazy. So one of the two talked about having test. I feel like I can't remember 100%, so I could be wrong, but that's another good one to dive deep into and do some research on. And
What was that one?
the Betty and Barney Hill one.
That's all. I got you. I'm just taking notes. Gotcha.
Yeah,
buddy.
write these down so we remember to fucking look
I
into
am.
them.
I am. That's what
My
I'm doing,
ass
buddy.
won't. What else, boys? What else?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of upset. I got to fix this. I'm kind of bumming because
you're stressing about it right now. I can tell you're looking at.
We can't play. I have one. Keep things rolling. I'm gonna try something here real quick. Okay. I think I could get this thing on because I want to really play a little message roulette here. But
all right, man.
You guys chop it up for a second. Let me see if I could get this to work.
Sure, bud.
Sure. Way to go.
It, man. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Area 51, Anto's got to figure it out, man.
Always. So what's the skies and the situation been over by you guys? Nothing much, right? Still cloudy because of the winter?
No, it's so we had a shitty weekend. Sunday was fucking cold, man. It was in the low 40s. We were out on the golf course. It was freezing.
It was terrible.
But then today you wake up and it's 75 and like sunny out. I was out. I was literally in a winter jacket yesterday, and I was out in shorts and a t-shirt today. It's so wild.
It's a nice Raj. This whole week's gonna be nice. Thursday is supposed to be beautiful.
But the trails were up today when I was out. They were out. They were spraying today. And I was explaining to a couple of guys I was golfing with like what they were doing, and they literally think I'm nuts. And I'll tell them like, all right, look at your phone right now. I guarantee you look, and within 3 days it shows rain. And there's one day, like whatever, Thursday it's supposed to rain a little. We're supposed to get some showers.
Yeah.
Every 3 days after they spray, we're supposed to get showers.
You could hear me clearly, right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, ready? I'm gonna try now. Let's try one more time here. I switched the headphones.
You're doing great.
Thank you for that, Roger. You always tell me that, and it always makes me feel so good.
People don't get their flowers while they're around, man.
They don't. All right, one more try here, guys. One more try.
All right.
We're gonna try butterflies again. We're gonna try butterflies.
Ninjas are butterflies. Oh yeah.
Ninjas are butterflies. I think this is gonna work. I think I know exactly what happened.
Is this the episode they did with Tripoli?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was watching it the other day.
Yeah, I watched this one too.
Did you mention that
There we
his
go.
dad
Yeah, we can
was
hear it.
at one point head or
funny
involved
now,
in
I
the
can't hear
Federal Reserve?
Yeah, he was in charge of the Washington State Federal Reserve. And he also established Planned Parenthood. So he was like
Bill Gates' dad?
Bill
Bill
Gates'
Gates
dad.
is dead. Yeah.
Whoa.
The biggest Federal Reserve is New York's Federal Reserve.
Yo,
Yeah.
now I can't hear.
the most
so just tell me
powerful
when
of
to
all.
cut it
Yeah.
off. If you
But
guys
the
can hear it,
Federal
that's
Reserve in
fine.
Washington State is very powerful as well. And he ran that. And the whole story of Bill Gates is like you get into these billionaires, it's all LARPs and lies. And you study like Jeff Bezos and like he's the hardest working guy. He worked so hard. He just got in his garage and never stopped. You're like, and his grandpa established DARPA. He created the U.S. Government's Department of DARPA, where's all the crazy stuff comes out of.
His father?
Jeff Bezos' grandfather.
Bro. Did you mention that Bill Gates'
Crazy.
dad was
That's crazy. Like it's when you really look into this shit, man. It's all the same. Fucking, we talk about it all the time, but it's just the same connection. Everything ties in. All these people are always protected. You couldn't go to Walmart and buy something, or you couldn't go to your store and buy something, but Amazon could deliver it to you during the pandemic. Amazon was always open to deliver to you, but you couldn't go nowhere. But you could go to Amazon. Amazon was essential to your survival. Amazon was
Sure
the one
was.
who could bring anything you needed right to your doorstep. Oh, Amazon started buying into the grocery stores. Amazon started doing the delivery services for your groceries. Come on, man. It's all the same team. They're all the same team.
Mhm.
They all work together.
All of it.
All the crazy stuff comes out of
All right, let's do
His
one more,
father?
guys. Let's do
Jeff
one
Yeah.
more.
Bezos' grandfather.
Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
Bro.
Shout out Sammy T. Hopefully we'll
let's see
get
here.
you'll hear that voice on this podcast soon enough. He's very responsive, like when I make a comment on his story or something, and I'm getting a little like trying to be a little more reckless too to see if it catches his attention.
Yeah. Where's the lightning ball one? Did I send you guys the lightning ball one?
In the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's probably up a little bit from a couple days ago.
Tell me when to stop.
Oh, I can't.
It's before the Stone people.
I got to figure out this sound system here.
Click that one in the woods. What's that one in the woods though?
This one?
Yeah, what's that say?
This is the serial killer. This is about
Yeah,
the serial killer we're
Click that
talking
real
about.
quick. Yeah, so New England serial killer fears heighten after 8th one. So you're saying there's 10 now?
There's 10 now. 2 more.
And that was
Damn.
3 days ago. So 4 days ago. So
Yeah, there's 10 now.
Every 2 days.
Yup.
That's
You know,
insane.
get more
All right,
aggressive,
All right.
get more comfortable.
I remember when I was a teenager and I think I was like a senior in high school. They found this little girl underneath some guy's porch stairs, broken in half, folded, and buried. And he had a couple others,
Mhm.
but it's serious. I don't know what's up with people like that, man. That's
So-
just a whole nother.
wrong. Yeah, man.
Those are the people that need the mental
Stop
help.
scrolling. Something.
Can I put this one on?
Yeah,
Sure.
whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, I'm down for whatever, cuz.
We'll listen to one more. I can't hear it.
All
We'll
right.
see what he has to say. You guys are gonna have to freshen up.
Stop scrolling. Something tragic just happened. Epstein related. Virginia Giuffre, the one that accused the blonde haired girl, the young girl in the pictures with fucking Prince Andrew, is dead.
Oh,
They're saying it was a suicide. She unalived herself, which is awfully convenient because the poor girl got into an accident with a bus 3 weeks ago and warned us. This poor girl tried to tell us they were trying to kill her, and they just fucking killed her, guys. Obviously, she did not commit suicide. When are we gonna allow? This is it. This has to end. We know what is happening. Anyways, Virginia Giuffre, Epstein accuser, Prince Andrew accuser, Bill Richardson, Jean-Luc Brunel, fucking Victoria fashion, French fashion piece of shit. All of them should be in jail. This is a joke. Stop scrolling. Something tragic just happened. Epstein related. Virginia Giuffre, the one that accused
You're good,
the blonde hair.
You're good, Aunt. So, forgot all about this, man. This is the girl, the main girl, the first one to come out on the Epstein shit.
Yeah.
She was recently, about a month ago, was hit by a fucking bus. She wasn't supposed to survive that. She was in rough shape, pulled through, and then she allegedly unalived herself. She Epsteined herself.
After she made a video of herself saying that she was going to be dead soon and this and that. She said she had like kidney failure or something.
Yeah, something. But still, bro, like that whole thing, that case is something where we're never going to get the answers to. People got to just kind of live with it at this point. I don't think we'll ever, because if we do,
We're on the list.
a lot of people are gone, man. I feel like there's a lot of people, and it turns into like you could almost turn it into a RICO charge, like a conspiracy charge, to where all these people were there, so there was some type of involvement. If you were at any of these, if you were on those flights and you went on that island, pretty much you were kind of involved. So there's a conspiracy to say that you were conspiracying the child sex trafficking, and they're all going down. And we've seen the list, the alleged list. There's a lot of people's names on there. A lot of people's names.
Yeah, I think the list is too powerful. You know me. You know, I'm the bearer of bad news opinion guy. Like, I just don't think we're ever going to see it. I don't think
No, I don't either.
there's too much power, too much blackmail, too much worth.
Way too much blackmail to go on. Hell yeah.
Why? That's why you don't hear about it no more. You don't hear about Diddy. You don't hear about Epstein. You don't hear about none of it.
Right.
Sick, dude. Sickening. Really.
That's
is.
a fucked up one, man. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, but you guys want to do one more or no?
Yeah, find one more. Give us one more to close out here. We're at 45 minutes. Let's close out one more.
I can
No
do
one really
Okay.
hitting up the comment section today, busting their chops that we're Freemasons. I had to take my background away.
it.
I will say this, that Fauci is now up to 14 states, and possibly the United States will be joining in on the warrant.
I seen something about Trump, but I can't remember.
Really?
But I put it on here.
Was that where I seen it was on here?
I think so.
All right, we're gonna see China. China is cloning humans in real time, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
I believe it. I bet they've been
You
doing a cloning soldiers.
They did. They
you
said
hear
they
it?
were
We're
inoculating
good.
them from HIV, which is
Yeah, they actually
Very
were
suspect.
engineering. They were engineering babies in editing their embryos to confer a resistance to HIV. Now, still to this day, so they were cloning them and then they were genetically modifying them, and so they're doing lots of things that are. There's a general moratorium in the world on some of these things around humans. Anything that's considered a germline edit, so anything that could be passed on to the next generation, right? So things.
What the
So
fuck?
if you engineer something into the genome, the fear is, from a germline. So all your cells in your body are somatic cells, except for your like egg or sperm. Those are germ cells. So anything that could be affected into the germline, so that you pass it on to the next generation, that could be like, umbrella corporation type moment, right? So
Right.
we don't want that.
Plus,
Well, the
germs,
scary
bitch.
thing was they didn't just do that. They also edited something that would allow the child to have much higher intelligence.
Well, so that part's like that part's quoted under debate. There's people that say that happened. There's people that say it doesn't happen. If you look at BGI or Beijing Genomics Institute, right? They did this thing that, from a nefarious perspective, was brilliant. From a nefarious perspective, is also terrifying. During COVID, they're like, "We'll do all the COVID testing for you free. We'll do all this COVID testing for you for free. No worries. Just send us your data. We'll do it all for free. You just want to help the world, right? We'll work with the World Health Organization. Just send us all your samples."
Wow, I cut it off.
Wow. Yeah, but who's to say they're not gonna? They could put an AI clone in there with our DNA, make a human out of it, the same way they're making the wolf there, the dire wolf. Basically, clone it like that, and then boom, they got super soldiers running around.
Dude,
Oh, they've been on those works. They've been cloning people for years.
I gotta get back in the gym, man. World War III is about to pop off.
buy
Can you
those
imagine?
guns.
You're gonna see it'd be crazy. You see cloned soldiers and robots
Wild
Just
shit, boy.
and people up.
Driving
Jacking
cyber trucks.
oh, dude,
What's this world coming to, boy?
biggest vehicle on the planet.
I just want to.
On the planet.
Yo, I used to not like him, but the fact that everybody's fucking trying to fuck him up and all that shit, I like him more now. It's fucked up. I almost like him more now.
There was I forgot who the ASA was, what state it was, but I saw that a guy, not a kid, was going around town keying Teslas, and he didn't get any time. He didn't get nothing. He got like a slap on the hand, and he had to pay restitution. It was like $20,000 or whatever.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't get nothing. And I think that he learned his lesson. Like, I mean, I don't care what kind of car it is, dude. You do something like that, you should, you know why there's no crime in Dubai? Because they'll cut your motherfucking hands off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You don't have to worry about none of that shit.
Exactly. Like,
It's nuts, man.
pedophile gets caught, you cut his dick off. I bet you won't be a pedophile no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
You
mean,
guys
maybe-
ever watch? You guys
It's-
ever watch those pedo, like when the pedo catcher videos? You ever watch
Mhm.
those?
Yeah, got to
Bro,
catch a
I watched
predator.
one the other where they lit this dude up with a paintball gun for like 30 seconds straight, bro, from 5 feet away. This poor bastard was getting torched with this paintball gun. Ding, 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 like literally hit him with every single shot, too, like 50 plus shots. Just
That's awesome.
emptied the tank on him. I was like, keep going, bro. Keep going.
Fuck that dude,
Just
man.
bury him and name him Phil.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, scumbags. But boys, we did another episode here. What do you want to pop off with next? What do you guys want to do? An MK Ultra? We could do.
I want to do. When are we going to do 9/11? I mean, do we want to guess for 9/11, or do we want?
I really want to get that Gage, Richard Gage on for that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
I have an email out to him.
Okay.
I'll follow up on that.
I don't
Obviously,
care.
still going to try to work on Sam and XG. Get
I'm
those
just here
guys
for
on.
the ride.
MK Ultra.
I got to hit up Flat Earth Dave too.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that. He'll be right on, dude. He'll answer probably in a. I could just tell you. I could tell the kind of guy he is, and he would definitely come on, no doubt. He would be a good one, for sure, buddy.
That's all.
Well,
Everybody.
appreciate everybody tuning in here. We had a few people on there for a little bit. Appreciate everybody tuning into the live. This will be available immediately on your all podcast services, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever the hell you listen to a podcast. Also, you can just rewatch on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a review on Apple or Spotify. Subscribe on the YouTube. We're getting the page up there. We're up to almost 50 followers here. So slow rolling this thing out here, boys. We're making it happen, though. Once again, appreciate everybody tuning in. And the Ant closes us out here. Drop that beat.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Follow the breadcrumbs, follow moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark, amplifying dreams.